can get these games at any store or online. But they're not just for play in your living room. They're also rented behind bars at the Oregon State Correctional Institute in Salem. This prisoner, who wanted to remain anonymous, showed us his personal setup. He says after he's done with education and work,
Recreation Department clerk,
he enjoys football in his cell on this Xbox console, purchased with his own money. A game list received through a public information request shows that inmates and donors spent more than $3,000 on games. The executive assistant assures us it's not wasting taxpayer money. This balance sheet shows that including rentals, OSCI collected a profit of more than $1,400.
This allows these inmates that have behaved for over 2 years and that are on our incentive housing units to have something to do during their idle time.
However, there are critics. State Representative Wayne Krieger feels some of the games could take away from rehabilitation.
And it's a real poor choice.
To find out, we requested a list of allowed games at OSCI. Some of the titles included Legos, Smurfs, Sonic, and sports. I did find a couple that might raise red flags, including this game called Supreme Commander 2 that's labeled as fantasy violence. Is that okay? What is fantasy violence?
I'm not sure. I'm not in the gaming system world, but again, it was rated E, so those are the games that we decided to allow them.
Should that be reconsidered?
Would you want them playing these games and acting out through these games?
There's also the game Need for Speed Most Wanted, in which players try to outrun police. Its advertisement states, "Make trouble," and discloses it contains alcohol references, comic mischief, and violence. Is that encouraging negative behavior?
You know, I don't think it's encouraging negative behavior. I don't know if this, I think that it's a game. There's a wide variety of games out there. I find it hard to believe that they would be reliving their crime.
Do you feel that's appropriate?
Now, of course it's not. Just common sense would tell you that you don't want that mindset.
Krieger says he's also concerned that allowing Xboxes in individual cells hasn't been fully researched. Bouchard said that OSCI did not research other states' programs. So I contacted corrections departments in all 50 states. In addition to Oregon, I found that Utah, Maryland, and West Virginia allowed qualified adult prisoners in state-run facilities to buy their own Xbox consoles for their cells or dorm. PlayStation was also allowed in cells in Maine and Kentucky and Wyoming. We did find that Alaska and Missouri once allowed video games, but pulled the plug completely. Missouri Governor Matt Blunt making an executive order banning them, stating violence in video games is a threat to the security of both the inmates and the staff.
If they came to that conclusion and the governor makes an executive order, obviously something was happening, they experienced something negative.
Safety concerns were the reason that some other states refused to even try similar programs. I sent Illinois State Prison Communications Director Tom Scher this picture of the Xbox in the OSCI cell. He said, "We would not allow this. Too much metal from the wall which can be removed and possibly sharpened into a weapon. We don't allow cords of this length, type, or in this amount. They can also possibly be used as weapons to strangle someone." Is there any concern here that they have cords or any kind of antennas that go with this equipment?
I don't think they have antennas, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I didn't see any in there when we were in there, and then the proposal mentions nothing about that.
So you take a look at this picture here, and it's obvious all those wires and cords could be used as strangle weapons.
Krieger says he would like to request a judiciary hearing on prison gaming in Oregon.
What have you done to make sure that you've protected the security of other prisoners?